Okay guys, so we are currently here in one of my bathrooms and we are about to clean and disinfect our combs and brushes that we have used for the week. This is very important. I really want you guys to see how to do this so that way you can do it at home. So what I have here is some hydrogen peroxide. I have some hydrogen peroxide. And as you can see, I have some Dawn dishwashing liquid, right? I also have a clean bowl here, which we're going to talk about this in a minute, but first we are going to get to cleaning. Now, like I said, these have been used, so i.e. this is what my husband uses to clean off his clippers after he cuts his hair and cuts his kids' hair, whatever. So we are going to use hot water. You need hot water. Do not be afraid to use hot water, guys, please. So we're going to turn this water on. We're going to get this brush nice and wet, and we are going to clean this brush first, right? So we're going to use our hands. So you're going to put some dishwashing liquid on there like that. And you're going to, almost like you're scrubbing it on your hand, right? But you're actually scrubbing the brush itself, okay? So you rinse your hand off, very hot water. Then you rinse the brush. Voila. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit more soap across here. We're taking a clipper guard, right? So I'm right-handed, so I have to switch hands. And we are going to thoroughly clean each one. When you are done cleaning, you rinse it off, you put it in your basin or your bowl that you have. You then rinse off the next one. You take your brush, scrub it up, rinse it off, throw it in there. Next, okay, so this is where it gets a little, I wouldn't say tricky, but this is where you need to be very thorough. You're still going to keep your brush, you're going to rinse your brush, but you're also, okay, so the next thing I'm going to take is this brush. This is a soft bristle brush, normally to brush fades or beards, whatever. I'm going to run it, point it down, okay? You don't want to point it up, point it down. Get hot water, get in there. Even if you have to get your hands and do like this to loosen up all the buildup, all the cut hair, all the oils and stuff, and you may even see stuff floating in your water after you do that. Now, you get your dishwashing liquid, just a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. You take your brush, you go along the sides too, and the inside. I don't know if y'all can see, but see, on the side and inside, right? And the more you do it, the more buildup and junk you're going to get to come off. Then you rinse down, and you should be able to see stuff falling out, okay? You keep rinsing until you don't see anything anymore. Even if you have to inspect it a little bit, pull the bristles apart, get that water out of there, even though it doesn't matter at this point, but put it in your bowl. You rinse your brush off, your nail brush off. Now we're going to do, let's do a comb or a pick. I have a pick here that I have used. And to the naked eye, you may not see that it has stuff on it, or it is, I don't want to say contaminated, but that it's dirty. So what you're going to do, once again, a little soap, just a little bit of soap, and you're going to scrub. You're mainly going to scrub right here where the grooves are, right where the grooves are. Right here is where you're going to scrub. So where the grooves are, you're going to scrub both sides. Then you're going to make sure you get to where the teeth are and the handle. You want to scrub every single thing on your combs and your brushes, right? Rinse it out, put it in there. Get your other comb. This is the other comb. And you can scrub from side to side, but don't forget, you need to scrub down. Get all of that nasty stuff in between the bristles of your comb, because it may look clean from right here. But if you don't get in between these, you're going to have a lot of gunk and stuff. Okay, so we're going to continue. I have 3 other brushes that I need to go ahead and get done. And like I said, this is a weekly thing, guys. You should not be going, well, every time you shampoo your hair, that's how many times you need to clean your combs and brushes. Also, when you do your brushes, make sure you have like long hair, excess hair already pulled out. For instance, I use this brush on my hair and my son's hair because we don't use oil on our scalp or our hair. So as long as it's clean, anybody can use it. And that is like the beauty about having the same routine for everybody in the house, for a family. You're using the same product, you're not switching it up or anything like that. You know, like I said, because dandruff can travel from one person to the other, you can get bacteria infections, fungal infections. So you want to make sure your utensils are always clean, but you use them with your family. I'm not telling you to go to somebody else's house and use their comb and brush, because you can end up with lice or something else that is hard to get rid of. So because this has hair in it already, you need a small tube comb to get the hair from in the brush. You need to have a comb to get the hair up. So you would do it like this. I don't know if you guys can see. To be careful, because you don't want to be like me and break the teeth of your comb. So do it gently. The hair, try not to put it down your sink because it can clog up your sink, for people who don't know that. So you want to make sure you get all the big loose hair. Now this is just from a week of me brushing my hair. And mind you, so this is just from a week of me brushing my hair. So basically what I'm getting at is your hair sheds daily, at minimum 100 strands. So when you comb your hair, when it's pressed out, and you comb your hair, it is going to either fall on the floor, the ground, or be in your comb. And that's okay, your hair sheds. So what we're going to do now, we are going to get brushing. Cleaning, we're going to get cleaning. So as I said, you have to brush the outside, all around, because what you don't want is a dirty brush and or comb. And even if you have to go in with the comb, you can. So, for instance, the sides. Hi, Mama. Hi, baby. Go ahead and go out, okay? Thank you. So, for instance, the sides, you need to really get in there, okay? And this is just so that you can keep up with having a healthy scalp, beautiful hair, nothing sticky or nasty or goopy or anything. Even if you're doing roller sets, you know, no matter what you're doing, you should have clean utensils. Now we are going to clean the comb that we just used. So we're going to go front and back, right? But, side to side. Now we're going to go up and down on each side. Okay? And like I said, this gets all of the dirt out, because we're cleaning at this point. We are not disinfecting, we are cleaning at this point, right? So now what we want to do is make sure our sink is clean. So in the basin or the bowl that you have, let me turn this water off. So in the basin or the bowl that you have, what you're going to do is you are going to fill it up with water. You don't need that much water, but you're going to fill it with water. So you're going to put it right here. We're going to fill it with boiling hot water. You need it to be as hot as possible, okay? You do not want to submerge your stuff in cold water. You want it to be hot. Try to make sure your brushes are face down, so that way, when you take them out, putting the brushes face down in the water, right? So now what we're going to do, we are going to use our hydrogen peroxide. So we're going to use our hydrogen peroxide. I don't know if this one is open. Okay, so you're going to pour some in here. You are not going to pour half the bottle. You don't even need a lot. I eyeball it. I can't tell you how much I use because I eyeball it because I know how much to use. So the reason why we are using peroxide is because this is a home. Okay, so barbicide disinfects, right? And you're going to submerge it in water with the peroxide. This makes sure that all of the bacteria is gone away, right? It does not strip off your combs, your brushes. It does not leave nasty stuff. It does not leave a film or anything, but you want to make sure you submerge it. Oh, I forgot a brush. We need to really wash this brush because my husband uses this, and we're going to do this with our hands since we already run it through. Run our hands through it. Make sure your brush is pointed down. Okay. We're going to do it a second time, just one more time. And we're going to really get in there. Push your fingers through the bristles. Do not be afraid. You use this on your head already, so don't be afraid. Don't be geeked out or nothing like that. Okay? Now, you tap it down on the sink. If you start seeing stuff at the bottom of your sink from the brush, that means it's not clean. So you need to go back and clean it. Now you submerge it in the water face down with the other brushes and combs. I would leave this in here for about 20 to 30 minutes max. Now that it has been 20 to 30 minutes, what we're going to do is we are going to rinse this out, empty the basin, and we have some towels here because we are going to let our utensils air dry. This is a very important step because we want to make sure that everything is dry, nothing is wet when it touches our head. So we're going to use our hot water. We're going to take our brush out. We're going to rinse it really good. And we're going to lay it flat, face down on the towel. And you want to lay your brushes face down because you don't want the water to get trapped at the top of the brush. You don't want it to sit up like this because when you move it, it's going to just have water pouring out. So rinse it off really well. Place your combs down. Place all of this down, face down, even for your clipper guards. Ladies, if you're washing your husband's clipper guards, which I would highly suggest you do if they're not super clean like that, or anal, I should say, without being clean, you should wash them, disinfect them, and have them dried out for him. I'm telling you, he would really appreciate it. So the brush that we use to clean everything with, just make sure it's not dirty, run it through, and definitely put that one face down. Okay guys, we are done cleaning and disinfecting our utensils, our tools, our combs and brushes, our clipper guards. I really appreciate you guys watching. I know this is probably not necessarily a lengthy video, but I wanted you guys to see that you can do the same thing at home with what you have at home if you choose not to buy Barbicide. Now, once you see that it is dried, you gather all your tools, all your combs and brushes, and then you put them away in a clean, dry place. If you keep your things in a drawer, like this one, you keep your things in a drawer, you need to make sure you vacuum and wipe out all the hair that has collected in there over the week or 2 weeks that you have put your brushes and combs in there. You cannot, and I stress this to you, you cannot put clean combs in a dirty area. You cannot put clean brushes in a dirty area. For example, every time my husband cuts his hair, cuts the kid's hair, I am vacuuming, washing every single thing that he uses. Why? Because whatever dirt and debris that was on there before, if you do not make sure that you clean it up, it will continue to be on there until you decide to clean it. So ladies, if you have a drawer where you keep all of your combs, this is your reminder. Go get that vacuum with that nozzle on it, open that drawer, vacuum that whole thing out. Get you a towel with some soap on it, clean that out. Hot water, ladies, no cold water, hot water. Get you a rag that you had the soap and water on after you rinsed it out and you wrung it out, put your little peroxide on there, run that peroxide and or alcohol in that drawer or in that space or the basin, the box, whatever you use, wherever you put your combs. If you stand your combs up in the container in the bathroom, all you have to do is make sure you wash out the container, then put the clean combs back in there. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is it on this topic. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.